video, I want to talk to you all about why I hate the word rest. And a reminder that if you like our content and you want to improve your health, well-being and sporting abilities, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell so that we can let you know when we're bringing out new content. So let me talk to you about why I hate the word rest. And hate's a strong word, and rest in itself is a strong word, because as somebody, as a sports injury therapist who's looking to return people, yes, I appreciate there's an element of rest required for a lot of injury. But I think then rest can be misunderstood. What I mean by this is, if by rest we are not saying put your feet up. I am very much a believer in the phrase motion is lotion. I think that by keeping moving and keeping mobile, this will be looking to rehabilitate the vast majority of injuries. But I'm not saying that when you're injured you just need to go straight back into loading the muscles and the tissues in the way that you were before injury. Of course, pain is there for a reason, but I truly believe that we should be looking to find ways that we can modify exercise so that we can carry on exercising as we move back towards the sport and the exercise that we were doing pre-injury. And this is where a carefully structured and specific to you rehabilitation program becomes important. But the message I wanted to get across to you is, I think it's very old-fashioned to be saying, if we've hurt ourselves, we need to go and rest and not do anything for weeks. We need to perhaps not do the things that cause the problems or the things that's going to inappropriately load those problematic tissues. But what we can do is say that we can carry on our exercise regime, but by modifying it so that we know that we're doing this safely. This for me was always perfectly summarised when I saw a poster related to the Paralympics, and it had amputees, it had other wheelchair users, it had people that were disabled, but all in physically fantastic shape. And the headline was simply, "What's your excuse?" And it really jumped out to me. I thought this is a fantastic bit of content, because these are people who have suffered huge setbacks in terms of their sporting abilities and sporting prowess. But what they've done is they've modified. So they've been able to achieve their sport and fitness goals, but by being clever and having a carefully adapted program which doesn't hinder them and actually uses where they have their strengths. And that's exactly what we want to do when it comes to injury. We've been hindered by an injury, but it doesn't mean that we haven't got strengths elsewhere that we can carry on using and not just putting our feet up, which I truly believe by completely resting will potentially delay the rehabilitation process. So yes, it's a fine line. Yes, in clinic I will talk about doing a rest period, but what I want to be talking about during that rest period is what I term active rest. So in summary, I don't like the word rest, but I love the word active rest. If you have any comments, guys, or anything, if you feel differently to me, I'd love to hear them. Please feel free to pop those in the comments or reach out to me with your views.